Guys, so we're back now, and like I was saying at the top of the show, I have a very special guest with me today. The man himself, Positive, straight from Trinidad and Tobago. Positive, how you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. I'm really glad to have you on the show. It's
Yeah,
really
man. It's
great
a
to have
pleasure
you,
to be
man.
here.
Looking
Yeah.
healthy and everything. See the sun shining through the window, man. We need some of that over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally, we're gonna get straight into the interview, man. And like, I know you recently had your album launch, like I said, to before we
Yeah.
was, to start the show, and we're gonna get into that a bit later on. But in terms of your album launch, it was just really live, man. It was really live, and like
Yeah, man.
you had DJ Christ Child there, and you had the lighting, it was good, the sound, it was good. You seemed really hyped on the day, man.
Yeah.
And just literally
Yeah,
watching
man.
it, I felt like I was actually there on the day
Yeah.
enjoying the concert. So it was really, really good. But how did you find that it went?
I was really surprised actually because in the rehearsals leading up to the event, you miss that live atmosphere
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
people gather together brings, and that presence and that ambience and
Hmm.
everything that a live event has with it. But as we got a little more familiar with interacting with the cameras, what we recognize is that, it's such a mystery who is going to be behind the TV screen
Yeah.
looking at this set. So maybe in Trinidad, if we had a live event, we would have like probably 4 or 5 thousand people.
Hmm.
But when you are putting something live on YouTube or on Facebook, it's for the entire world to see at
Yeah.
the same time. So just that kind of push the adrenaline a bit to make sure that we deliver as best as possible, to make sure that there's no lack. You don't feel a lack of presence. You want to, when you're viewing, you want to feel like you're right there, that you are right in the presence of this
That's
event.
exactly how I felt. I'm watching it. I thought, wow,
Yeah.
this is as good as being there, because like the energy was
Yeah.
just so high. It was just nuts. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was really good to watch, man. I mean, you said something at the very beginning of the content. And for those of you guys watching in right now, Positive has just dropped his latest album,
Yes.
Heartwired. So that's what
Yes.
we're going to be talking into that a bit more in a bit. But at the very beginning of the launch event, you said something which I thought was really true, which was you can't
Appreciate, yeah, where you're
appreciate
going.
where you're going unless you look back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thought, that'd be a good way to kind of start the show, especially for those people like we're listening in, watching in, that may not necessarily know who you are. So let's
Right.
look back and tell us who is Positive and how did the name come about?
All right. So Positive is a young man. I'm 33 years old right now, and I started, gospel music
You started
in the
young,
year
man.
2006. Yeah, so it's a good couple years now.
Hmm.
It's more than a decade in gospel music, and I really am Britain from Tobago, John Dial, Tobago.
Yeah.
I grew up in one of the smallest villages on the island. It's probably insignificant. It's like a drive-through, but I
But you
recognize.
come through there, man. So big things is obviously happening.
Yeah, well, I recognize God likes to use insignificant people from insignificant
Amen.
places to
Amen.
do mighty works. So I'm grateful that He chose me. And the name Positive actually came about when I actually dropped off my first CD at the radio station.
Hmm.
I didn't have a name on it, and the announcer just asked, so who are we gonna say it's for? It's from, And he says we have to adjust it to the program director, and
Yeah.
we need to put someone's name on it. And I was just like, well, you could put Positive. And it just
Okay.
kind of blurted out of me.
Okay.
When I
Okay.
look back,
Okay.
only when I got home, I actually saw, and like, this is actually the word that I wanted to embody. I wanted to be in my attitude, in my character, in
Yeah.
my choices, in my lifestyle. So I couldn't pick a better name. And sometimes the name goes before the music
Yeah,
even goes.
listen, the name stuck, and like I mean, it works. And like I said, I've listened to your music over the years, and if
Yeah,
there's one thing I could definitely say is that the whole name Positive is encompassed inside the music that you produce, the lyrics
yeah,
that you
man.
write. So it was a good name, man. It was a good choice, even though like it came out just then. It was a good
Yeah, it
choice,
just
man.
came out. Yeah.
It was a good choice. So like for me, like I said, I've been one of your biggest fans for the longest time, and
All right.
in terms of like your music and stuff, I think the first track that I ever heard was actually your debut, which is Never Let Go.
Never let go. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's for me, it's like the whole the album launch that you did. from the very moment at the beginning, I was gassed because that was the very first song that you dropped. So I thought, okay, he's dropping this song from the very beginning. Yeah, right, this is going to get hot. And obviously you teased us with some of your other songs as well. It's like you gave us like 10 seconds, 15 seconds of some songs, and then you do it to the next one. I thought, I want to hear all that one. But yeah, Never Let Go was a big track. And if I remember, I read somewhere that particular song for you was like in the top 5 for like 4 months in like the local stations.
Yeah, in the region, yeah.
That's great, man.
It's tremendous. Yeah, it's like it was up there with all the Taurus Rileys and the Jackios and all those other artists, you know. So
yeah,
it's playing on gospel and non-gospel stations, and I just blessed God. I guess for that time and the moment, the message was right, and it was a song that people needed to hear, and people needed to be encouraged by the song. So I think that it did well for that time. Yeah.
No, that's a fantastic song, and actually, you know what? We're talking about the song now. I'm going to play it for the listeners. So, guys, this track is from Positive. This is his debut single from, I believe it was 2009, wasn't it? 2009?
2007.
Seven. Wow, even further. Yeah, Never Let Go, guys, from Positive. Let's listen.
One goes out to all the people in the struggle. You got to keep the faith in Jesus Christ. Give him all the praise, yeah. Yeah, no. I never let go. I never let go. God will never let me down. He's the driver of my vehicle. Because I try to give me the strength, this I know God will never let me down. He's the father for the people. Come along and let's labor in the vineyard. Come, let us cultivate the fruits of our hearts. Because no man can see clearly without Jah. He is my God and my protector. That's why me love him more than words can express. Or he won't pick me up from all of the mess. I never let go. I never let go. God will never let me down. He's the driver of my vehicle. I never let go. Because I try to give me the strength, this I know. God will never let me down. He's the father for the people. We got to stop all the violence and violence. And just show my love in our See, I know Church never gonna let me down. No. On the Manuel, you already gone. Them cannot touch the positive because me a survivor. The wicked I go feel the fire that me all a driver. Yeah. See, my life has been a struggle for a long time. Yeah. Wow. Man, I love you above my Jesus. You are so divine. I never let go. Because I try to give me the strength, this I know. God will never let me down. He's the driver of my vehicle. I never let go. Because I try to give me the strength, this I know. God will never let me down. He's the father for the people. I give my life to Jesus Christ, my everything. More clearly I can see. The Lamb upon the throne has been my righteousness. I'll fulfill destiny. It's like a feeling that I can't explain. You see, I'm filled with such joy. Emmanuel has been my lifeline since I was a little boy. I never let go. I never let go. God will never let me down. He's the driver of my vehicle. I never let go. I never let go. God will never let me down. let go, I'll never let go, I'll never let go, I'll never let go, I'll never let go. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Positive, Never Let Go. We just heard that one. But you've
Yes,
got
sir.
4 albums out, right?
Yeah, man.
So I've got some notes in front of me here. So the Never Let Go album drops 2009.
2009. Yeah.
Yeah, then you've got Forever My King 2012,
Yeah.
Stand and Be Counted 2015, and obviously your new one, Heartwired, this year.
2020. Yeah.
So let's take out Heartwired out of the equation. Yeah. From those
Yeah.
3, which is your favorite album?
It's difficult to tell. Different days have different, but maybe Stand and Be Counted because it's probably the most recent.
Okay. Is there like one of your favorite songs on there?
I think Two Man Army would be up there with one of my favorite all-time songs.
Yeah. You know what? You say Two Man Army. I think that's probably the song I've heard play more than any of your other songs. So would you agree it's probably your most popular song even up to now, or?
I'm not too sure what's the most popular. Maybe Mighty Healer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty Healer. I mean, that Stand and Be Counted album had a lot of popular songs like Blessing After Blessing,
Yeah.
Eviction, Saddle Up Your Things and Go On. You know, so it's just, I just find that people identify with a lot of these songs on a personal level. You know, so they kind of ran with it. You know, I went into the hospital sometime and they were playing Mighty Healer all through the wards because it had a testimony behind it. You know, so it's just. I just write music that comes to my heart, and I want to make sure that even though it is a blessing to me, that it could be a blessing to other people, you know?
No, that's amazing, man. And you know what? You touched on some of the other titles of your songs there, and that brings me to my next question, which is another one for you to choose from. So, like I said, the first track I heard from you was like Never Let Go.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love my reggae. I love my reggae. But coming from St. Lucia, I grew up on soca. And so like I heard Never Let Go, and then obviously I went to try and look for your other songs, and then one day I just found out that you did soca, and for me that was just like a total game changer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? He does soca. Yeah. So my question to you is, like, you know, of all the genres of music that you touch, what is your favorite genre to like record in the studio and perform out live?
I think definitely reggae music is number one. I think not just because it's a more popular genre, but I feel like it's one of those genres where you could actually communicate and reach the heart of a person.
Yeah.
You know, no matter, it crosses barriers in terms of languages, races, culture. Reggae music has been a worldwide staple. You know, even in the days of Bob Marley, some of the countries and the continents that he would have explored and touched. I mean, just the other day they were in there was a Champions League game, and at the end of the game in the stadium, they were just playing One Love. And I'm talking about 80,000 people singing, singing reggae music. Yeah. It's just one of those genres that you could put heart and soul, energy, passion, anything into it, and it's communicated in the exact same way. So for that reason is why I love reggae music the most.
Okay, so you're saying about putting the passion and stuff into it. When you come to actually writing the songs, is there like a certain condition you like to put yourself in, or certain location you like to go, or circumstance you like to be in before you start writing, or is it just as it comes to you, you just write wherever you are?
I think I normally try to write wherever I am. Most times I'm driving, so I tend to pull aside, take out my phone, and just hit record, and just any idea that comes, I'm just writing. So if you go through my phone, you will see probably like 1,000 voice notes, just bass line, notes.
Oh, so you even recorded the tunes and everything. Okay.
So lyrics, pieces of songs here and there. It probably took me over a year or 2 years to pen some songs like Nadi.
Oh, wow.
I remember I wrote that song back in 2016. That was supposed to be in the last album, right?
And he's only dropping on this one now, isn't it?
Yeah, jumping on this one. Yeah. Because when you listen to this song that was going to be on the 2015 album, it's a completely different song because ideas kept coming, you know, to change up the chorus, to make it sound this way, to, you know, to just make it sweeter, to make it more rootsy. Just, I'm in my own world with music, man. And it's
Yeah.
just a blessing.
I mean, I know when I started back as an artist, showing my age now, just over 20 years ago.
Right.
So when I started off as an artist, one of the things I definitely, when I used to be on the bus or walking down the street and a lyric come to me instantly, any little piece of
Yeah.
paper I had, even if it's just a ticket or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
I would write a little lyric on there. Sometimes, like you said, it's like one line, two line, and by the next day I've got a next line. I'll put the whole thing
Yeah,
together.
exactly. Yeah.
And you just get a song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely understand that vibe, man. But guys, listen, as I was saying, this guy really has like a plethora of genres that he gets into. So we're going to listen to one of his soca jams right now. This one is Blessing After Blessing by Positive. Enjoy.
Boy, pour a blessing over me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep it flowing, flowing, flowing. Just keep it flowing, flowing, flowing. Blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them feel my joy, feel my joy, feel my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me. Blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them feel my joy, feel my joy, feel my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me. Cause him promised to provide everything my heart desires, as long as my delight is in the Lord. So I'll bless his holy name, cause his promises remain forever and ever. Don't make nobody trick you. Blessings flowing over here like a fountain. Don't make nobody trick you. No, hands up to the sky, as the Father pours in after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them feel my joy, feel my joy, feel my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me. Blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them feel my joy, feel my joy, feel my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me. Everywhere I look is blessing, favor all over me. All because I put my Jesus in front of everything. Drink it up, from the river of living water. Drink it up, now the thirst again. No, this will never stop. Flow from my Father, and my vessel will be full to the sky. It's like an overflowing hill. Oh, oh, oh. It's blessing in abundance, blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them feel my joy, feel my joy, feel my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me. Blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them feel my joy, feel my joy, feel my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me. Blessing after blessing, blessing after blessing. It's blessing after blessing, blessing after blessing, after blessing. Only the anointing flowing from my head down to my feet. Feel the Spirit moving. Yeah. It's the blessing of the Lord, blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them steal my joy, steal my joy, steal my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me. Blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will be. Me now go make them steal my joy, steal my joy, steal my joy. A blessing for you, and a blessing for me.
Alright guys, if you just joined us, you're locked in with DJ Marx, and I am here with the man himself, Positive, talking about his latest album, Heartwired. So, Positive, let's get into it, man. Heartwired.
Yeah.
The new album just dropped. It was November, right? Dropped in November. Just
Yeah,
towards the end of
November 13th, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got 15 tracks on it.
Yes, sir.
15 big tracks on there. Now, you know what? I have to say, I was completely surprised by this album. And I'll tell you why. Because I've listened to all your other albums. I've heard all the singles that you released, obviously, over the years. And
Yeah.
this new album just sounds like it's a completely different sound for you. It's like, I'm used to the soca, I'm used to the reggae, and I love the tracks. But, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like the new album, there seems to be like there's a touch of R&B in certain places, a bit of
Yeah.
like dance music, a bit of praise and worship. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm listening to the album and I'm like, wow, this guy's just like gone to a next level now. So where before I'm used to the reggae and the soca, now it's like, you know, this album, Heart Wide, I feel like it's got something on there for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Regardless of like if you're someone like say you want to listen to the soca and reggae, you want to listen to like some praise and worship because you got some praise and worship tracks on there. I think the last two on there, Miracles Every Day especially, and Healing in the Valley.
Yeah.
Those ones are definitely ones I felt that, you know, you can listen to and really kind of get into that area of like just praising. So I suppose my question to you is like, you know, with this new album, you know, what was the vision behind it, and what were you trying to achieve in terms of the way you put it together and the songs that you selected for it?
Okay, so hardwired, I coined the term from the, you know, there's a word called hardwired, you know, and it's how something is programmed. So in terms of hardwired, it will be how the human body is programmed, you know, what influences us, you know, our belief system, what allows us to make the decisions that we make, you know. And I realized that the word says, for God so loved the world that he. It was always based on love, you know, and that has been the major thing that humanity has lacked over the years. You know, people might say racism is one of the biggest forms of a lack of love, but the truth is the root problem is love. You know, people don't love themselves and they don't love other people. And if it is that we miss that point, it's going to manifest itself in things like racism, in things like self-hate, in things like homosexuality, and just different forms that it manifests itself, you know. I just recognize that if we love God, we love the word, and then we love people, that is how he intended us to live. Our choices will be for the best because we'll actually be heart-wired, you know, for Christ. You understand? Amen. Now when we move forward, you know, we speak in love. We make decisions that benefit not just us, but benefit generations to come. You understand? So our choices are down to the wiring of our heart.
That's powerful. So, that is very powerful. I can actually really capture why you said heart-wired now with that explanation. That is powerful. Okay, so like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to let the people hear a couple of the tracks on their album. So I know I've told you to like select 3 tracks and we're going to go through them. So tell us what the first track is and just like, explain to the people, you know, what your message is behind that track, etc.
Okay, so one of the first songs that I like and I definitely love on the album, it's called Beating Heart. And you know, this song is really one of those songs that talks about purpose, that says once your heart still beats, you know, you still have purpose to achieve. You know, you want to make sure that when you go down to the grave, every song that you're supposed to sing has been sung. Every book that you're supposed to write has been written. You know, every article that's supposed to be published is published. Everything that is inside of you that God has placed, you want to make sure that you get that out, that you be a blessing to your world, to your community, to your family, to your neighbor, to your spouse, to your children, and every way possible. Once my heart still beats, it means that my purpose is still alive. I need to have passion and desire to continue to strive to make sure that I do my best to put a smile on my Father's face and to accomplish the purpose that he has sent me here for. So it's called Beating Heart.
That's great. All right, guys, you heard it here from Positive. This track right now coming up from the Heart-Wired album is called Beating Heart. Let's get it.
I have a song on the album, it's called Beating Heart. It's one of those songs that says, once my heart still beats, I will be the one that will continue to strive. I want to make sure that I live a life that puts a smile on my Father's face, yeah? So we're going to take you to some nice, good reggae worship right now, if that's okay. Bless. day you smile, and we'll say everything is alright. They watch your clothes, watch the car you drive, but cannot live for one day in your life. I could remember the years we suffer. October morning when I buried mama, she used to say, son, you won't live forevermore. But this one thing, because of your beating, purpose will never die. Because you've got life. Every beat I take me to my destination. Whoa, oh, oh. Oh, once my heart still beats, I would be the one that always. You see, my life is incomplete if I'm not the one to make. Oh, like the flowers that bloom in the springtime, I feel a newness down in my inside. It keeps us going on, yeah. People watch you every day you move, from shades of joy to the frequent blues. They lend a smile but won't lend a hand when you see that you're happy, no. We still are going under pressure, no. God never could have failed, so we can't give up. I see my life in the Potter's hands. His footprints are in my sand. Cause of a beating heart, purpose will never die. Because you've got every beat I take me to my destination. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Oh, once my heart still beats, I would be the one that always tries. My life is incomplete if I'm not the one to make. Oh, like the flowers that bloom in the springtime, I feel a newness down in my inside. Faith keeps us going on, yeah. Look how much time we are cry out to God. Sometimes it feels like him not here, but I say be a foot chair. Every morning that me see a sunrise, I know my purpose awaits. Not every day will be the bright sunshine, yeah, but I trust God through the darkest times. You see the trust we have to live by faith. Circumstance made the testimony great. Purpose will never die. Love, 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 love.
All right, positive. We had Beat in the Heart there. So let's get on to the next track. Tell the people, this next track you've selected, what is it and what is the reason for it?
Well, so you know, I'm a man that loves my woman, you know, she is the apple
All
of
right,
my eye.
all right. So you have to put one on there for the missus, yeah?
Yeah, man, you can't think about the heart and not include the person who is probably one of the closest
Real
to your
talk.
heart, you understand?
And I don't think she'd put
After
up for it
God,
either.
you know.
She might chase you down if you didn't put a little something on there for her too as well.
Yeah, man. So after God, this woman is right there next to me all the time, and she has been my support, my help through the years. You know, we've been married 6 years this year.
Wow, that's
and
great,
I just
man.
continue to bless God that He's gonna take us to infinity and beyond. All right. So this song is called "Ride with You" because that spouse, that husband, or that wife that's in your life, they are your ride or die. They're gonna be there with you on life's journey till death do you part. All right. So this is "Ride with You" by Positive.
Well, guys, you heard it right there. I mean, if you've got your spouse next to you right now, get them to sit down and listen to this one by Positive. Ride with You by Positive, coming up right now.
Alright guys, new fresh clothes, we in a gear right now, ready to interrupt the wife's photo shoot. And this is my rib, she's my spouse, she's my esposa, and I just can't wait to serenade her. I dedicated a song on the album to her, it's called Ride With You, because she's my ride or die. Alright?
Yeah, I'm in the building, man. Woman, I love you. What's a king without a queen, yeah? Just a man with a crown. A lady without a soulmate. Just a pretty girl on the town. You held my attention captive, but I ain't even mad, no. Yeah, I see ya, girl. I'ma get you there, girl. Baby, I would ride with you. Baby, I would ride with you. Baby, I would ride with you. Baby, come ride with me, oh girl. Baby, would you ride for me, yeah? Baby, would you ride for me? Oh, baby, would you ride for me? This love is a I met you, I've been caught up. Can't believe you're the one that my God thought of for me, oh. Just a little of your love, yeah. And I'm up on the cloud, yeah. Oh, Remy, oh, wow. Oh, Lolo, Femi, come shoo. Baby, I would ride with you. 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 Baby, come ride with me, oh girl. Baby, will you ride for me? Baby, will you ride for me? Baby, will you ride for me? Oh, baby, oh, baby, will you ride for me? Hey, this love is a give me the good love. Say this love is a my lover and friend. Baby, you stay by my side from beginning to the end, yeah. You love me through the bad time. Give me a Proverbs 31 vibe. I just can't be ungrateful, sir. No. Baby, I would ride with you. Spend every moment in time with you. Every step me take, tell me why you there. What good is my success if I cannot share those moments with the one I love, the one I love. You and me together, we're like chocolate vanilla. Baby, we're so give me the good love. You give me the good love. Baby, I would ride with you. 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 Baby, come ride with me, oh girl. Love you, babe.
Okay, guys, that was Ride with Me, Ride with You, sorry, wasn't it? Ride with You, yes, by Positive. Guys, I'm going to dig into that a bit more positive. So Ride with You, it's a very powerful message, definitely powerful message. And the reason I want to dig into that one is because I've been involved in a couple debates with people over the years about whether Christians, when we're releasing music and stuff like that, you know, whether we can release like love songs, songs about spouses and stuff like that. So obviously you believe that we can because you released it. I mean, I'm a definite believer in that as well. But in terms of the song that you put together, how do you hope it will really reach other couples, bless them, or inspire them to really want to, like, I don't know, really gel closer together, closer to God, and just to carry on their journey that they're having?
Well, it's like, I mean, I try to point everything that I do to the scripture. So I try to point the listener to the scripture, you know. So in the song, I said, you know, my wife, she gives me that Proverbs 31 vibe. So it always put people in a position where they want to say, I wonder what's in Proverbs 31. And, you know, it talks about you could find the virtuous woman, you know, for her price is far above rubies. So they understand the biblical perspective of what a wife means, you know, and all through different parts of the scripture, you know, the scripture is a very romantic place. If you go to Songs of Solomon and you just, you know, just read and you just picture the ambience and the atmosphere, it sets the mood for romance, because you see, God created romance and he created, you know, these different types of love for us as human beings to enjoy, to be passionate about it. You know, there's agape love, there are different types of love, but there's that love that a husband and a wife enjoys, and it's nothing that we should shy away from. It's something that we should embrace, because, you know, the bed is undefiled and it's something that God blessed and gave it to us as a gift. So we need to rejoice in it and just, honor our wives, just like Christ of the church. The relationship with your spouse has been the only, or one of the only relationships that God actually linked his relationship to us with. He said, even Christ, Christ loved the church just like husbands love your wife. So it's a correlation in between the two. And I just feel like if, it's not emphasized enough. And, that's why the divorce rate is so high, because people shy away when they're having problems. They don't know who to go to. They are ashamed. But I just want to let you know, come to Professor Positive and I'll teach you how to romance that woman.
I know there's going to be a lot of my Affinity Xtra colleagues that's going to definitely agree with you there. They're going to be like saying, yes, preach it, while they're listening to you say this right now. So, I mean, I definitely take that one. That's a very powerful message there. And that brings us on to your next track that you've selected for us. Tell us what that title is and what the message is behind that one as well.
Yeah, man. So the next song I have for you guys to listen today is called Real and Blessed. It's featuring Alaine from Jamaica. You know how she gave her life to the Lord, and she's been doing such a wonderful work in the kingdom. And I met her in June of 2019 in Jamaica, while I was there for an event. And backstage we just kind of started talking and just getting to know each other, and just it just was so pure and so natural, and aura was right, and everything was just good. And I just felt like it would be so great to connect and collab with this young lady on a track, on a record. And what I wanted to bring across in this song, it's called Real and Blessed, and it was two words that I always wanted to identify with. I always want my listener to be real, to be authentic, because I always say, if we try to be like other people, what we are actually doing is living in their past. Because every day everyone grows and develops and evolves into better versions of themselves. And if you continue to aspire to be like this one, or to try to emulate this, you're just gonna always chase shadows, and you're gonna rob the world of what God has put inside of you for the world. You understand? So I always tell people, be real, be genuine, be honest, be authentic. And that's why the tagline in the song is authentic is the new trend. And then the second word is being blessed, because that is our heritage as believers, So we want to be blessed. We want to be real and blessed. Every time you ask me how I'm doing, I'm real and blessed.
That's the new one. Real and blessed. Let me ask this one as well, because I listened to the track, and there seems to be a kind of a nice dancehall kind of vibe going on this one, man. So, again, it's very... I mean, I've heard some of your other stuff before, but like I said, this whole album, there just seems to be like a new, fresh lease of life and sound and everything on it. So when I heard this one, I thought, this one is a big track. So guys, listen, Real and Blessed is coming up right now. Check it out, man.
Yo, this is a brand new song off the album. It's called Real and Blessed, featuring Miss Alaine from Jamaica. Tell me how you feel. Watch me now. See last year when them see me, I be a favor Father God give me. And at this year say we not stress, cause say we real and blessed. Well, everybody have to settle down, make way say it, lift it up. Rhythm up now. Yeah. So tell me how you feel. Watch me now. See last year when them see we, I be a favor Father God give me. And at this year say we not stress, cause say we. Well, everybody have to settle down, make way see the general in there around. From the hilltop to the lower ground, and the blessing of the Lord where you set the town. We not deal with envy, well at the most I will live my the one we bless we. Every time we walk a winning songs, me put the Almighty first. One designers original and made by the Almighty. Authentic, yeah, we all about. I mean, you know what I mean. I said we keep it real, no time to pretend. 365 real. I saw we stay, we real and blessed. So blessed. I saw we stay. Miss Elliot, talk to the people right now.
Jehovah my provider.
Watch you make me rise up the praise, yeah.
God bless me now, God bless me later. Cup overflow, God bless me greater. Not a little bit, God give me brother.
So whoa,
with a lot of laughter. And a one and a two and a three and a four. God keep blessing me more and more. And a five and a six and a seven and a eight. Positive say we bless every day.
So 3, 6, 5, real we stay. We are designers original, say made by the Almighty. Authentic, yeah, you know we all about. Yeah, and we know you know what I mean. I said we keep it real. Authentic is the new trend. 3, 6, 5.
I saw we stay, I saw we stay. We real and blessed.
So blessed.
I saw we stay, I saw we stay. Real and blessed.
Say we bless and we end till we feet. Bust a dance to the realest one.
I saw we stay,
Come here right now.
stay. Real and blessed.
Say we blessed and we ever ready for enlarge our territory. Cause the blessing of the Lord is hereditary. And we represent Christ so we never sorry. Tell me when you are wait man. To all my real ones, push up on the right hand. Be yourself and not try to be your next man. Let a find a God yeah, designers original.
Made by the Almighty.
Authentic, yeah, you know we all about.
65 real we stay.
And we know in a no fake a business, no sir.
Keep it real.
No time to pretend, yeah. We stay authentic.
I saw we stay, I saw we stay. We real and blessed.
So blessed.
I saw we stay, I saw we stay. Real and blessed.
Say we bless and we earn till we feet.
I saw we stay. Real and blessed. I saw we stay, I saw we stay.
Sing for them singer.
So real, so blessed.
In every way, yeah.
Oh yeah, so real.
Miss Alina, we make them know.
We're real and blessed.
Make some noise right now.
Okay, so positive. We've had your 3 tracks, man. 3 massive tracks on this lovely album. But I guess what everyone wants to know, what's next for positive? Is there going to be any more releases before the end of the year, or are we starting to plan for 2021? What's next?
Well, definitely going to be starting to plan for 2021. But what I want to do is in this time and in this age that we're living in, this era, you know, and the COVID-19 pandemic, and to know, you know, the transitions that has to take place from working in a more remote environment, you know, being a little bit more visual versus physical, you know. So I want to work on the visual aspect of the ministry and make sure that I could actually get, you know, the message out through the visual part of the album, which is the second phase of the release of the album. So the first phase was to actually give you guys the music, and then the second phase will be, you know, to increase in terms of visibility, you know.
Yes,
so
yes.
it's to make sure that Christ can be seen in every platform, every TV station, because right now the media has been controlling the news around the world. I want to make sure that we could be involved in the media in a massive way, you know.
Well, you know what? I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit, because, like I said, I listened to the album launch, and the whole thing was just nice. So, is there any chance we can get another virtual concert anytime soon?
Well, I definitely hope I could do it again soon. You know, like, it's just maybe thinking about how to be a bit more authentic than I was in the last one. You know?
Yeah.
Right now, I had to take a plane and go to the moon.
Well, listen, that last one though, it was on point. So I will definitely be up for another one coming. Definitely, if you're gonna do another one, I'll be there watching that most definitely, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. So it's like, in terms of the launch you did and the album, new album out and everything else as well, was that all part of your project plan for 2020, or did you have to kind of like divert, obviously because of the whole situation with the COVID?
Yeah, well, I had to divert because we actually had an album launch I was planned in Trinidad in March the 30th.
Okay.
Where Elaine was going to fly in, Tim Godfrey was going to come in from Nigeria, and it was just going to be a sold-out praise party, you know, in the middle of Port of Spain, you know. And when that kind of changed, you know, my view and even what needs to be reflected on the album, it kind of changed with that. So God started to whisper new lyrics in my ear. So by April, I am getting lyrics like Lord of the Hills and the Valleys, and then it just evolved into it's like right now it's like the version of the album that was released in November is like a deluxe version of what would have been in March, you know. So
does that mean you like the 50 tracks that we've got now? You was going to give us less before?
Yeah, it was actually going to be 11 because I didn't have some of those songs for those albums, you know. But you know, and God says wait, you know, because I felt like a resistance, like inside my spirit, and it's just like, okay, let me wait. And then while I waited, I just started to get songs in my spirit, just like that, just coming week after week. First verse, second verse, chorus, and it's just like, oh wow, this is so beautiful. Just basking in the presence of God, just to make sure that I could communicate His heart effectively. You know?
You know what, guys? I'm gonna say now, like, if you haven't heard the new album by Positive, Heartwired, definitely go and check that out, because like I said, there's something there for everybody. You got your reggae, you got your soca, you got your dancehall. I mean, like I said, I was hearing sounds that sound like R&B and dance music. It's like, wow, where's this guy going? There's just so much happening, man. It's really great. So yeah, if you haven't heard it, guys, definitely go and check it out. So Positive, I've got 2 more questions for you. The first one is going to be a completely random question, and I'm going to set the scene for you. Yeah, so you're at home, you've decided you're going to have like a massive barbecue. You've invited all your friends and family and stuff like that. You know, your new album is blasting in the background. The grill's nice and hot. The ice is there for the drinks. What is the one dish that definitely has to be at the barbecue, and one drink that definitely has to be at the barbecue for you?
Definitely shandy. It's something here we have in Trinidad and Tobago. Shandy has to be at the barbecue. And wings, barbecue wings. If there's no wings and fries, then there's no barbecue.
There's no barbecue.
Wings and fries and shandy,
All right, cool, man. I'm there with you on that one, most definitely. So just as we tie up now, tell the guys where they can find you online and, where they can find you.
Hi, so if you want to check out Positive on the music, you could hit us up on iTunes and Amazon and all the streaming platforms. You could just type in Heartwired, it's one word. You're going to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. It's at Positive TNT, that's Positive Tango Nancy Tango. Or you can hit us an email at bookingpositive@gmail.com if you have any questions or inquiries or anything that you'd like to communicate. You know, we're willing and able, and we're here ready to serve you.
Guys, you heard it. Just go check him out. Like I said, check out the album. Doing amazing stuff. You won't be disappointed with the album. Like I said, there's something for everybody on that Positive Heartwired album. So Positive, it's been a pleasure having we on the show today. We got to get you back for the next one, man. When the next album drops, we got to get back and that and just find out what's going on in there. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, man. So blessings, and have a great week, bro.
Yes, man. You too. Blessings and thanks. Shout outs to everybody in London, UK, and everywhere in the arena. Right?
You know what? In fact, if you want to give out a shout out to anybody else, you might as well do it, man. Is there anyone you want to shout out to?
Yeah, man. Shout out everybody. Shout out to Christian, my brethren, and just shout out the entire UK massive who continue to support the ministry. It's such a blessing that I'm able to be here, and I just thank God for you guys. You know, 100%. God bless you.
Blessings. Thanks, Positive.
Yeah, man.
Mentre sei vivo, ricorda di vivere.
On to another level.
I will not treat it
I'ma press fast forward. I ain't tryna die being a dreamer. Just can't stay the same forevermore. Ain't tryna replicate nobody, cause that'll be living their past. So I'm gon' fly to my destiny, yo. But every time I feel let down, pick myself up and go home. Better believe I'ma stay a go-getter. I'ma win like whoa. Working hard till I make it, just can't stay down. And the bar can't drop now, on to another level. So put your hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Everybody in the place where love can stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Stay up in the air like. Let me see your hands if you know you're not stop. Sing it out loud, say we not give up, no, not give up, no. Let me see your hands if you know you're not stop. Don't give up now, we got far to go, far to go. I stay up here, I stay up here, I stay up here, I stay up here. I'ma get it now, I'ma get it now. I stay up, yeah, I stay up, yeah. Can I satisfy this passion? A taste only makes it stronger. Watch me work for you, reach God's purpose, yeah. He leads, I follow. I'll be a puppet on the string, yep. Hoping that we give the best performance. But every time I feel let down, pick myself up and go. Better believe I'ma stay a go-getter. I'ma win like working hard till I make it, just can't stay down. And the bar can't drop now, on to another level. So put your hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Everybody in the place where love can stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Stay up in the air like. Let me see your hands if you know you're not stop. Sing it out loud, say we not give up, no, not give up, no. Let me see your hands if you know you're not stop. Don't give up now, we got far to go, far to go. I stay up here, I stay up here, I stay up here, I stay up here. I'ma get it now, I'ma get it now. I stay up, yeah, I stay up, yeah. Let me see the man's wave if you know you're not stop. Sing it out loud, yeah. Just push your hands up in the sky. If you were real for purpose in the most high. Let me see your hands if you know you're not stop. Say don't give up now, yeah. Don't give up now, yeah. Don't give up now. I stay up here. He makes my feet to be like a feet. I stay up. Me up on the mountain. I stay up here. He makes me walk up on my high places. In my bubble, cook it back straight now. I stay up here. So put your hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Everybody in the place.